We now move on to play 10 of the sequence, which is the goldsmith's play and is Herod's slaughtering of the innocents. So we shall move straight on. Princes, prelates of price, barons in blammer and bis. Already some immediately interesting words. Blamner, I said blammer, blamner and bis.
Spicy baby poo in Swedish.
Oh, right.
Baby poo in Swedish, right, okay. Barons in blamner and baby poo. No, I think that's probably not right. Barons in blamner and bis, beware of me, all that be wise, that wields all at my will. Say no man anything is his, but only at my device. For all this world lies to spare and eke to spill. My subjects, all that here be set, barons, burgess, and baronet, be's bane to me, or you is let, and at my bidding be. For leaves all this without let, that I will do as I have het, mar that misbegotten marmoset that thinks to mar me. I have to pause at that point. Yes, we have a certain amount of booing going on behind, which is not unreasonable, but I do love the fact that he's talking about a child as a misbegotten marmoset. I think that's absolutely wonderful way of talking about a child. And those false traitors that me behight to have come again this same night by another way have taken their flight, this way durst they not take. Therefore that boy, by God Almight, shall be slain soon in your sight, and though it be again the right, 1,000 for his sake. Alas, what purpose had that page that is so young and tender of age, that would bereave my heritage, that am so mickle of might? Forsooth, that shrew was wondrous sage against me that any war to wage. That rocked ribald for all his rage shall not reave me my right. But sith it may no other be, that these kings are gone from me, and that shrew would have my sovereignty, to think to put him again. All the knave children in this country shall by his guile, so mote I thee, because I know not which is he, all for his sake shall be slain. I think there's a wonderful logic here. It's all Jesus' fault that everyone's going to have to die because he hasn't identified himself clearly. It's a sort of backwards logic, but of course he's Herod, so that's what you'd expect. How pretty prate, my messenger, come hither to me withouten wear, for thou must go with hasty beer into Judy this day, after my doughty and comely knights, and bid them hie with all their mights, and that they let for no fights, bring them without delay.
Yes, my lord, of great renown, to do your hest I am bound, lightly to leap over dale and down, and speed as if I were there. Farewell, my lord in majesty, for on my journey I will hie me.
Now, mighty Mahound, be with thee, and ever to dwell in fear. And the messenger now goes off and looks for some soldiers who have some interesting names that will appear.
How awake out of your sleep, Sir Grimbold and Sir Launcher Deep, and to me you take good keep, for hither I am send. My Lord Herod begins to swoon, for a shrew would have his crown, and thus bereave him of his renown, and soon would have him shend.
And the two soldiers will now come forward and have a little chat with the messenger and be brought to Herod. But while we're paused, we had at the very beginning of this play Herod's princes, prelates of price, barons in blamner and bis. And what was blamner and bis again? So fur and ermine. So lords all dressed up in their best, preferably with lots of dead animals. So anyway, on that little aside note, we return to the soldiers talking to the messenger, who will then go to Herod for their instruction.
Welcome, messenger, that art so gent, these tidings which my lord hath sent. They be welcome, verament. With thee now will I wend.
Messenger, I will in good faith wend you that like this ilk way, to hear what my lord will say, of this matter to make an end.
Hail, comely king, sitting on high, here were thy knights come unto thee, that be men of great degree, to hear of your talents.
Messenger, for thy good deed, right well shall I quite thy meed. Have here of me, to do thee speed, right a gay garment. I'm going to pause there for a second. It suggests I'm paying off my messengers with clothing, not with money. Have a cast-off cloak. Continue, messenger.
Grant mercy, Lord Regent, Well am I pleased to mine intent, mighty Mahound, that I have meant to keep you in this stead.
Sir Launcher, deep, what say ye? This is the fairest king that e'er I see.
This day under the sunshine is there none so seemly a king.
Hail, comely king, crowned in gold. Each king and kaiser kens not your bet. If any were that be with your worship fight would, such strokes for your sake full sore shall be set.
If him we may take or get, the devil ought him debt, and so life shall be quit. Such maisters for to make.
Welcome our knights that be so gent. Now will we tell you our intent. What is the cause we for you sent so soon and hastily? Yesterday to this city, when we were in our royalty, there came to us kings 3, and told us their intent, to seek a child that born should be, that was said by prophecy, that should be king of Judea and many another land. We gave them leave to search and see, and come again to this city, and if he were of such degree, we would not him withstand. But an they had come again, all 3 traitors should have been slain, and also that lither swain, and all for his sake. Out, alas, what may this be? For I know not which is he. Therefore all knave children in this country, on them shall fall the wreck. For we know not that child well, though we therefore should go to hell. All the children of Israel, we deem them to be slain. Counsellor, what is thy rede?
Deem them, Lord, for to be dead, for that is best as eat my bread, to catch that lither swain. Command your knights and none to hie, to go to the land of Galilee, and into the land of Judea, to slay well all that they may find.
Yes, interesting little point there is that having already decided to do what he was going to do, he called forth a counsellor to tell him to do it. Sometimes you have in the other plays, the counsellor is very much the person pushing Herod in the direction of killing the children. He hasn't actually had that thought. He has the problem of the newborn Jesus. This is very much a case of he's already thought it, and the counsellor is just confirming it's a really good idea. Herod continues. That was well said, my counsellor. But yet I burn as doth the fire. What for wrath, what for ire, till this be brought to end? Therefore, my knights good and keen, have done, believe, go wreck my teen. Go slay that shrew, let it be seen, and you be men of main. Creeds manfully what they been, that none away from you fleen. Drive down the dirty arses, all bedeen, and soon that they were slain. So shall I keep that vile we're going to stop there. This is a word that comes up quite a few times and spelt in slightly different ways. It could be cudgeon. I know it doesn't look like it should be pronounced cudgeon. It is spelt slightly differently in various times as it comes along. I'm going to go with cudgeon for the moment, and we'll see what it means. So shall I keep that vile cudgeon, that this would reave me of my crown. Therefore, my bachelors, make you bound, and found to save my right. You must hie you out of this town to Bethlehem as fast as you maun. All knave children, by my crown, you must slay this night.
Alas, Lord and King of bliss, send you after us for this? A villainy it were, I wis, for my fellow and me. To slay a shitten arsed shrew, a lad might his head off you.
I like that. It's the fact that you've got a sort of double thing going off, that he doesn't like the idea, and it's the first time anyone said no to Herod in quite a while. But more importantly, it's the fact that he's not actually desperately subtle about this, as the language he's using. To slay a shitten-arsed shrew is a lovely turn of phrase, I have to say. We do have more bad language coming up. There's quite a lot of it in this.
There's a word in the next sentence as well, which dictionary corner might want
Oh,
to look
yes,
at.
ribotis. I have no idea what that one is. R-I-B-B-O-T-I-S. You're quite happy to do villainy, but it's just the fact you're not really keen on. It's a bit excessive.
A villainy it were, I wis, for my fellow and me, to slay a shitten arsed shrew. A lad might his head off hew. For ribotis are not in this row, but knights of great degree.
My lief lord of great renown, we shall reap you if we mon. Whether he be knight or champion, stiffer than ever Samson was, sickly I shall drive them down. But for to kill such a cudgeon, me shame sore by Saint Mahound to go into any place.